Hebrews chapter 4. Now, as we move through, when you go to graduate school, everything about it is on a higher level. They don't play games with you there because it took something just for you to get there. All right? They don't have to hold your hand, wondering if you won't come to class, because folk that get to that level usually are pretty serious about where they are and where they're trying to go. Hebrews in the Bible, if you will, is almost like a graduate class. All right? The writer presupposes that you have a working knowledge of the whole system of Jewish religion, which is called Judaism. And in these chapters, the writer now begins to explain what it all means. All right? There's nothing worse than going through a whole series of things and you come out on the other end and somebody asking, what did you learn? Well, I didn't really learn nothing. Well, now guess what? You probably are going to have to do it all over again. All right? So now, the preeminent point of the whole book is Christ is greater than all of it. We talked about angels so far. We've talked about Moses so far. We've talked about the law so far. And now, interestingly enough, chapter 4 talks about this interesting thing called rest. Oh man, it's going to be a great blessing, because in 4:1, and notice all of these chapters are connected. All right. If you have your Bible, when you go back to chapter 2, verse 1, it plowed through some information, but it's stair-step information. It's not just random, like, well, just, keep it if you can, keep it if you can. When you finish chapter 1, the writer expected you to have something. Because in chapter 2, verse 1, he starts out with, therefore, well, now guess what? If you still got clouded issues in chapter 1, guess what?
You're not ready for the therefore.
Yeah, you got to go back. And, yeah, I don't know if they do it or not now, but see, when we were in school, I don't know about STAR tests and tax tests and all that, but if the teacher was not satisfied that you knew all the information of that grade, guess what? They had this term Marissa called, you were held, cry, kick, fuss, cuss, all you wanted, that your friends was going to the next grade. That's because they passed this grade. And if you were interested in going with them, you should have passed too. All right? I wonder if we could hold people back in church.
They do it themselves.
Yeah, we do.
I don't know. One church I went to, they held you in that what you call it, pre-join class.
Oh, new members class?
Until you got that new member stuff. So you could be held in some churches.
Watch this. When you move through chapter 2, when you look at chapter 3, verse 1, you see how the writer, keep up. Look at verse 1 starts in chapter 3. Now, wherefore, a transitional word just as similar as therefore, meaning because you understood what we just talked about in chapter 2. Now let's get into this.
Right.
Now, so if there are any points of cloudiness in your understanding, no need to press forward, all right? When we ended chapter 3, verse 19, it says you should understand something. so we see. It should be crystal
Clear.
that Israel missed Canaan. Why?
Unbelief.
Now, with all of the stuff that we've been talking about in the sermon, and they had several issues. The bottom line was they struggled with,
Belief.
which is a byproduct of what? See, see, now we can't go to chapter 14 to get that.
Trusting,
Of not knowing who they are.
disobedience.
They struggled with unbelief because,
Hearing.
The heart is.
They had a hard heart.
now, and I told you, you can't just say hard heart because
Right.
there are two factors that make a hard heart a hard heart. And one is they turned off their,
Hearing.
because if I don't hear God, then I don't have to do,
What he's telling me to do. Right.
which produces unbelief. Belief is a product of hearing. So then faith cometh by,
Hearing.
but I can never develop belief if I don't.
Hearing.
And so unbelief is the baby of a hard heart. God is trying to tell them what to do to get into Canaan, but guess what?
They can't hear.
They have turned him off.
Yeah.
I'm not even listening to you. Well, now if you're not listening to me, then you don't even worry about going in. All right? You don't turn nobody loose in your house without some. Because see, watch this. When you forget something, you finna blush early. See, while you tell Kenny that somebody is welcome, see, that's with a degree of understanding. That don't mean go in my bedroom and go in my underwear drawer.
Right.
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 See, it's welcome, but it's welcome with an understanding. You know? So now watch this. They could not enter because of unbelief. Watch this. Anybody not see that part? You're never going to get instructions when you don't hear. So now we ended in chapter 3 talking about them. So when we start chapter 4 verse 1, what does the writer do? You see that?
Yeah.
A shift occurs. Now we're not talking about them.
Talking about us.
Watch this, 4:1.
Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it.
Now watch this, 3 things we want to look at right there in that verse. The fear is the one we're most commonly associated with. He said you ought to be afraid, you ought to be scared. But it is a fear that produces caution and care. All right? It produces caution and care. All right? Now, first time I went through Ripley's Believe It or Not, they got a wax museum part, and they got, I don't even know what you call the other part. But if you go to the other part, it's stuff in there, it's animated stuff, it's live, folk jump out to scare, all that kind of stuff. It's okay. I didn't know how many months Karen was pregnant, but the second time I went through, I took Karen. And so, as we approach certain things, I'm telling Karen, all right, okay now. So, Dorothy at one point, she just closed her eyes and gonna hold on. I said, this is how this works. You got to see what's going on. But watch this. My point of reference was, hey, you know, okay now, don't just walk through here all willy-nilly now. You need to, hey, get yourself together now. Here comes something. So now watch this. Caution and care. When our verse 1 lets us know, even though we're talking about two different sets of people, we travel same road. God didn't change nothing.
Right.
The same hills and valleys, the same forks in the road, the same potholes. We travel the same road. He said, let us be cautious and caring. Get this. Lest a promise that is still left. You know why there's not great talk about a Canaan rest? Because it is a place God set aside for a nation of people. We can't even agree as a church of people. It's not like McDonald's where you can go to one Baptist church and they all... It's so many variations within each.
Yeah.
So now each church is its own.
Nation.
God said, if y'all can't get together, you can't even agree on this. How in the world?
We're gonna get over there.
On the word.
Watch this. The promise is still available, but we have an individual religion in mind.
Yeah.
I don't want what God has for us.
Come on now.
I only want,
What God has for me.
and we sing songs about it. I'm getting mine.
Has for me.
If nobody else get theirs, I'm going,
Tried to go by
Gotta
myself.
go by myself.
and you're never going to wear yourself.
God has for me.
See, because the prophet Elijah said the same thing. She's going to kill me. God, I'm the only one left. He said, are you kidding?
Right?
I have 7,000 that haven't bowed the knee to Baal. Now, just because you ain't ran into them,
Right.
don't mean they don't exist.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I was having a discussion with somebody, and we was talking about the rest, and like, as a church, we try to make this work at this time, the rest of God. This ain't what God promised.
Oh,
This ain't the rest that He promised. So we so engulfed in what we can get connected now. What I can do now. No, I'm so caught up in this world, in the things of this world. I'm making this rest. And God, this wasn't the promised rest that God was talking about.
And you know it's not the promised rest because are you still working?
It works.
That's right.
Watch this. And are you working hard?
Yes,
Lord.
And in your hard work, are you accumulating what you want to accumulate? No, that ain't rest. Come on.
And the level, I know when you really think about, when you think of church world, I want the easy way out. So to tap into another dimension of rest, you taking me too far. Just let me go to church and pay my tithes, sing the nice songs. But no, I don't want to go to dimensions that when he said eyes haven't seen. I don't want that stuff. I want it, but I don't want to work for it.
See?
Faith to faith.
Yeah, I don't want no
Don't want no
dimensions.
more faith.
I'm fine right here. People know me as the deacon. That's good enough for me.
Keep your eyes open. Watch this. He started out with let us, and the verse ended with lest any of you. What happened?
He switched it from them to
I
us.
changed their mind. Changed their mind some of the people are.
Within the same verse, you go from us to you.
Making it personal.
And if Canaan was an individual place, watch this.
Yeah.
Joshua and Caleb go in early.
Right.
They seen them. They already seen it.
Because the Bible said they with God.
Right.
They believed him from the jump.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go at once. Hey, man, we are well able to take this place. If Canaan was an individual place, see, they had spots 40 years early.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? They knew it was us. They understood the us.
But see, God understood as much as y'all are on point and are in tune with me, it's not an individual spot.
Jesus.
Canaan and timeshare.
That is a tough
Yes,
thing.
come on.
Yes, Lord.
That's tough
Yeah,
right
and so
there.
what is important is it changes your perspective. See, when you know, see, when you got siblings and mama done said we going to Six Flags when everybody's work is done. See, when you
Well,
understand what everybody means, you might have a slacker sibling. Oh, here I come. Watch this. This ain't the time to be petty.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
hear me?
See, because I'm interested in going to Six Flags.
Yeah.
And I'm so interested in going Lewis and Tell, I'm not going to let you throw me off.
Yeah.
So because I'm not petty, I'm prepared to do my job.
Come on, God.
Yours too. So that when mama come home, all she want to know is that all the work was done. It don't matter who did it or who didn't do it. If all the work is done, it don't matter that y'all get to go. I know I get to go. And because my you was based on y'all, I'm prepared to do my job.
And yours.
Help you with your
Hallelujah.
And it is too. We can get excited about Six Flags, but can't get excited about God's flag.
Come on now.
supreme.
There's Price doors. I ain't knocking on now one of his doors. He need to knock on his own doors. I got this block. I'm tired of doing folk jobs. See, you don't want the Canaan in.
Wow.
Watch this. Look at verse 2. Hebrews 4:2. Watch this.
For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
You see that? Watch this. The gospel is translated in Greek the word of hearing because it's not the same message. They were trying to get into a geographical place. God is trying to get us into someplace else.
Yeah.
But to enter each place requires a responding to the word of hearing.
Yeah.
Watch this. In the verse, faith is not connected to the message.
Right.
It is connected to the people who heard the message.
Yeah.
Watch this. See, the misinterpreted verse 2 means, see, if I just mix my faith, I can get my Canaan. No, you can't. Because in the verse, faith is not connected to the message. Look at it again. And that's why there's no particular rest, because we're more concerned with the things of God above God.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch this. You're going to be blessed, I'm telling you. It's going to get good, I'm telling you. The last of the verse says, not being mixed with faith, what?
In them.
In them that heard it.
So it wasn't that they was just missing faith.
No.
What they were missing was somebody in this group got it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But the problem is,
You don't
you
believe?
won't get with them.
You won't believe it?
Yeah.
You want to keep your silly self over here with the folk that ain't got it. Because in your mind, you think majority is the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Them two got to be in error, because it ain't but two of them standing over there. Watch this. You heard, but it didn't profit you.
Wow.
Because you looking at the rest of the folk. See, you don't know, but in choirs, you have folk that can sing, but won't jump out there because
Person next
One
to
person needs to.
didn't.
jump out there.
And because they didn't,
You
I
did.
won't.
now you can sing and know the part. Wait a minute, what? What you waiting on?
Them for.
Why didn't you just go on and do what you knew you could?
Do.
Watch this, you're looking but you ain't listening. And for church people, We didn't hear the word from God, and we get an unction from God, and we get.
No, we supposed to do it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be the only one. Why not? And so watch this. They were so caught up in what everybody else wasn't doing, they sided and got what they got. Watch this. So it's not enough then to just think you're going to hear the word and get an understanding and not be aware of who else is getting an understanding.
Right. Right.
And I don't just need to locate these folk. Where am I in reference to these folk?
Yeah.
Am I with them or against them? Watch this. Look how it naturally goes into verse 3.
For we which have believed.
How many? The belief goes with who? Did you see that? It didn't say for me. So in verse 3, whoever's in this we group, you know how we identify them? They all. Not only believing, but they're all in the same. Because the writer says, I didn't separate myself from, I didn't say they.
Yeah, say we.
So whoever the writer is, he's,
In their group. It's in their group.
we which have believed, and the result of we got it and responded is what?
Into the rest.
Watch this. The writer didn't call it Canaan, he called it a
Rest.
whether you saved or unsaved. Do you know the sum total of life is work? You know why it's work? Because when Adam sinned in Genesis, what did God say?
It's like it's gonna make good.
I don't care what you're trying to accomplish.
They're gonna be
You're
working.
going to work for it.
Right.
Did he say you wouldn't accomplish it? That ain't what God said.
It's gonna work.
Watch this. He didn't say by the laying on the beach drinking tea.
All right.
What did he say?
By the sweat.
Sweat of your brow.
So
That means hard work.
you,
Yeah.
if you get it, it'll be because you go get it.
Wow.
What God made clear in Genesis is this,
Just give me.
what was before man sinned, that's just handed out, that's just give it to you. Food stamps, government assistance, he said forget that. He said now, when Moses showed up, Egypt was providing the straw for them to make bread. When Moses showed up, he said, oh, y'all need a day off or something? Y'all got time? Y'all got extra time? He said, I tell you what, why don't you use that extra time to get your own straw? Oh, wow.
But don't come up short.
Did you hear that part? Now, go find the straw and make the bricks, and they better not be one short. Now, all the people realized, oh, see, it was a blessing for straw to be provided, wasn't it? And guess what? Somebody went and found straw. And the bricks kept coming. Watch this. It was being handed to them. Now, get it yourself. We which have believed do enter into rest. Watch this. As I have sworn in my wrath. Now, we know that to be a reference to chapter 3. All right? Now, so that we're clear, go back to chapter 3. Verses 10 and 11. Now the people are acting this way because of a hard heart. They didn't turn God off. I ain't hearing you. Now 3:10, watch this.
Wherefore I was grieved with that generation.
Not just one person.
Generation.
And said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways.
Watch this. See, I'm not just mad at one or two people.
The whole generation.
Because see, when you get it, Dorothy, it is your responsibility to go home and shut your door and shout over the fact that you got it. Because see, whatever it is, it can't be good if you're not willing. And if you're not willing to share, you're a poor Christian. Because see, when you run up on a shoe sale, 18 for 1, you tell somebody about that.
Everybody your phone.
You know, when you run up on meat, 30 pounds for $2, when you done got as much as you can hold in your little freezer. I don't even want to talk about that part. We didn't call nobody earlier. We done made 12 trips to the store, and we got all the meat we can hold for the next 12 4th of July. Then we start making phone calls. Child, they got a sale down there.
You gonna get that before they run out?
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
The reason they ran out.
Before they run out?
Yeah, we so awesome as people of God. Come on, Tim.
No, that's what I was thinking about, the same thing you said.
Yeah, I swear. Lord, have mercy. Watch this. Watch this. You don't get in. I was grieving that generation. Nobody was willing to get it. Nobody was willing to help nobody. And as a result, verse 11,
So I swear in my wrath.
because that ran God hot. That not only nobody got it, wasn't nobody even willing to get it to make sure their brother or sister got it. Come on.
They shall not enter into my rest.
Watch this. Go back to chapter 4. When God mentions rest, what goes with it?
Cease from your labor.
Peace.
When you read that about cease from your laboring,
When you think of rest, you do.
what we've been reading.
We'll go with it, faith.
Oh, okay.
Do you see faith and rest go together? What we've been reading? The last verse you just read
Oh,
in 3:11. What one would rest?
a day.
Hebrews 3:11. What?
Oh,
They shall not enter into my rest.
Believe.
Enter. It was a place.
I promise.
It's one.
God.
Enter into my rest.
Where y'all see God at in verse 11?
My rest.
Every time he mentions the word rest, he says,
It's my race.
Oh, the enter.
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 it is a place to access.
All right.
Watch this. Here it comes. When y'all left home, where were y'all coming this morning?
The church.
I didn't hear you.
The church.
Okay. Watch this. When did you get into church?
He went to the door.
Watch this. You talking low. They didn't hear you over there. When you what?
In the door.
Watch this. Now that can't be true. You know why? Because I ain't never seen that one of y'all have church at the door.
Into the sanctuary.
Wait! But I asked you where you was going. You said church. Well, when do you get to church? You said when you entered the... Then why you don't have church at the door? You looking, but you ain't listening.
Wow.
Watch this. Watch this. But when you entered, were you not in the
Church.
Were you?
Yeah.
Watch this. So if that's true, then my office is part of the,
Church.
but you ain't never had church in there.
Right.
And the restroom is too,
Right.
but you ain't never had church in there.
Oh.
You looking, but you ain't listening.
I know it's going.
The holy place.
Watch this. See, you were correct. When you entered the door, you were in church, but that's not where I come to have church. There are levels within the enter.
Oh, I got you.
You couldn't have been satisfied with just standing inside the door talking about, this is good enough.
Have church.
I'm going to have church right here. I don't have to get to the sanctuary. I don't have to get nowhere else. I'm going to have it right here. This is good enough for me. No, it wasn't good enough for you. Even though you had entered, in order for you to enjoy the experience, you had to keep going in your enter.
Yeah.
Anybody hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all watch this.
Woo, Jesus.
See, we spend too much time trying to elevate ourselves and downgrade somebody else.
Oh,
And in reality, you got to leave folk alone, man. Because what you realize is wherever you are, Paul says, I am where I am, or I am what I am because of the grace of God. End of story. So now, if you got anything to say, it is to give God glory. Now watch this. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. See? Watch this. We ain't got time to unpack all this. Y'all, when Moses received what we call the law of Moses, the Bible says in Corinthians, a glory went with that. When Moses received the 10 Commandments that included the 7-day Sabbath, a glory went with that.
Yeah.
Watch this. And the only problem is, see, as a church, we got to that glory and stayed at that glory. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Let me get your hand. Watch this. Watch this. Romans chapter 1, verse 16. Go there. Watch this. Romans 1:16. That ain't wrong on you. Watch this. Watch this.
Romans what?
And that's just read 17. I ain't got time to unpack all that. I'll read 16. You ain't gonna get it. We got to have that? No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Y'all take too long. Watch this.
For,
See, and again. This is where you shout at. That God says, I've revealed it. So see, anything you get is because of God.
That's right. That's right.
And so based on what we're learning, He revealed it to you, not so that you can dog or downplay somebody else.
right.
Watch this. You help who? You can help. And then you can't help, guess what?
Pray for him.
And move on.
Yeah.
Watch this. 1:16.
For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
So now what is Paul talking about? The what?
Good news.
Watch this. For what?
It is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth.
So watch this. It's only power for who?
The
Believer.
So now if you don't,
Believe.
ain't no power for you.
Of his gospel.
It's just a book. It only becomes
Power when you believe.
if you,
Believe it.
all right, come on.
To the Jew first, and also to the Greek.
Watch this. Now, see, because of that verse, what realm is Paul teaching in? I kind of went over you. In earth.
Yeah.
Because later on the Bible says, in the kingdom of God, there's neither male nor,
Female.
there's neither bond nor,
Free.
watch this, there's neither Jew nor.
Free.
So he can't be teaching from a kingdom perspective, because if he was teaching from a kingdom perspective, he could have been saying to the,
Jew first.
and then the,
Greek.
ooh, I wish he was keeping up. See, I'm talking from your,
Yes.
because you ain't kingdom ready yet. So I got to talk where you are.
Right.
Now, when I deal with you where you are, if you keep following, sooner or later we're going to be able to talk kingdom talk. Wait, watch this. Look at 17. This is what I'm trying to get.
For therein is the righteousness of God revealed.
Stop. Where is the righteousness of God revealed?
In the gospel of Jesus
gospel.
Christ.
Within the gospel. Watch this. But it's only revealed to.
The
believer.
believer.
Come on, keep up. Yeah, the gospel is revealed, but if you're not a
Believer.
you can read this book in Hebrew and Greek forward and backwards all day and all night. You can have the you version, the me version, the them version, the white, the black version, and ain't that one of the versions gonna help you because it is not ascribed by your intellectualism. It's do you
Believe.
watch this. Within the gospel, the righteousness of God is revealed. How?
From
Faith
faith
to
to
faith.
Watch this.
Level to level.
Woo. Mike, this is what you got. This is what you.
Jesus.
You got to put this in your wagon and roll with it. What you see in the verse in the Greek is it is progressive
Yes.
revelation.
Yes.
God.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
I know you to shout if you got 10. Lewis, it's progressive revelation in this. God makes sure. Did you get the first grade?
Come on.
Right.
Yes, Lord.
I'm gonna stay right here with you, Lewis, so you get first grade. Now, and I got tests not for you to fail.
All right.
I got tests designed for you to, because I want you to experience success in your life, not
Yes,
defeat.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And so when God is clear that you got first grade, guess what?
Lord. Move you up.
Second grade.
Yeah.
Watch this. Never
Achieve.
to go
Backwards.
to first grade.
Never.
Again.
Again.
I don't need to go back.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the only reason why I moved you to the,
Cause I knew you
is because I knew you had everything you needed from the.
First grade.
Let's go forward. Oh, Mike, you looking, but you ain't listening. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. See, ain't nothing wrong with getting the 10 Commandments and celebrating the Sabbath and how to keep it and do I do this and do I do that and can I do this and can I do that and can I go here and can I go there? Because a glory and a faith went with that. But God says, don't just get within the door frame of my learning and stay right there. I need you to move from faith.
True faith.
Now see, did you get that? Did you get on that level? He said, come on, let's go to the next level. Never to.
Go back.
there again.
Because I need all your folks' energy on this level. Y'all didn't hear what I'm saying. So watch this. Yeah, Corinthians said it was a glory that went with the law that God gave to Moses, but the glory that came with Christ was a different kind of glory. And when you get the glory that came with Christ, you don't go back to the glory that went with Moses, because the Bible said Moses' glory was a fading. Ain't nobody hear what I'm saying? But the glory that God put on Christ was not a fading glory. So now I'm gonna get glory. I want the one that's gonna last.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's that word right there. That's it.
Yeah. You don't get mad at the one that's in kindergarten.
No.
That's where they are until they can graduate.
Come on.
To the first grade.
Amen, amen. Because you in the 3rd grade don't make you better than the
Come
kindergarten.
on. Say that.
Right.
Say it.
Right.
It just means you've been in school longer. It
Third grade.
don't make you better.
That's all.
Because I got news for you.
Right.
What challenges the kindergarten is where you are in the 3rd grade. Yeah. Watch this. Watch this. So from, God says, when you get to that place in faith, whether it is the Sabbath, whether it is the commandments, whether it is the whatever, now that's good, but you can't stay there.
Right.
Because he says progressively it's from,
Faith to faith.
to means you got to be prepared to
Move.
try.
You gotta move.
Oh my. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
2 Corinthians chapter 3. Do the best you can. He just told me that when I was looking at this.
I'm trying to do it and shout. Come on.
Everybody got time to try to upgrade churches. Yeah, that's a waste of time.
Yeah, it is.
God says, get where you need to go. Watch this. 3:18. Now, we didn't went through this before, but this is the glory we was talking about. Oh, I wish I had time pressed, but I really don't.
Yeah, come on, I got time.
No, we don't. All
No, we don't.
All right. See,
Come on, man. See, you stalling, see, you killing time.
You should have, y'all, you should have read it before we got here. 10:40 already. Watch this. Look at verse 10.
For even that which was made glorious had no glory in this respect, by reason of the glory that excelleth.
See what I mean? Now you need those 9 verses, don't you? See what he did in verse 10 is said, now what he gave Moses, now it had a glory.
Right.
You're right.
But when Christ showed up, in comparison, he didn't have no glory.
Yeah.
Now look at verse 11.
For if that which is done away was glorious, much more that which remaineth is glorious.
Wow.
Yeah, keep on through all of it. Nigga, drop down 18.
But we all,
Because that's who's supposed to get it.
Right.
Not you.
Right.
And once you get it, it should be something burning you to make sure somebody go with you to make it a week.
Right.
But we all have,
with open face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord.
watch this. You can't be changed until you see it right.
That to be true.
Watch this. And it's not a makeover change.
All right.
The verse says, while we steady looking, Tim, in the verse, with open face, we all looking at the glory of the Lord. While we looking at his glory, he's changing. Watch this. It's progressive glory.
Thank you, Lord.
So watch this. Watch this. If you feel like I'm the most saved I've ever been in my whole life, well, hallelujah. We don't stop.
Right.
There's more.
You at a glory that you have never in your life, but it don't.
Stop there.
What God is saying is, keep looking at me. Keep your eyes on me.
Right.
Because it is a,
Progressive.
watch this. So it don't matter that sister so-and-so came here looking like a hoe today.
Right.
And she might be a hoe. But your job ain't to watch her change. Your job is to keep your eyes on God. And if you keep your eyes on God, when you know anything, and if she keep her eyes on Christ, while God is changing you,
Changing her too.
and the next time you look around, we've all been
Change.
Yes, Lord. Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
Watch this. Go back to Hebrews.
Wow.
I can't stand Corinthians. I want to stay. I can't. Watch this. So, kids, this is what's going to bless you. You know why you haven't changed? Because you don't watch Christ. You watch Karen waiting on her change.
Right. Yes, sir.
And he didn't say by beholding her, you would be changed.
Yes.
See, by beholding her, you get held back. Because she can't bring change in you.
Right.
And see,
Wow.
you watching her because in your own sort of reality, you don't need changing because you believe you're better than her.
Right.
That's what that is.
And as long as I'm better than her, and I know that I'm better than her, if she ain't changed, I know I ain't got to change because in my mind, I'm already better than her. So if anybody make heaven, I'm making it before she goes. Anybody hear what I'm saying? And God is hollering from heaven, hey! I bet you both of y'all better look up here. By beholding the glory of the Lord, then we are changed. So now, if that's a true statement, D, see, I can't get caught up in what you wear or don't wear.
Right.
All right?
I let it go.
Because we got to all wear something. I can't get caught up in what you eat up
Don't eat.
because we all hungry.
Yes.
And God, he says, whose glory are you beholding?
All right.
There it is.
Watch this. 4:3. That'll take too long. We should have been in Revelation right now.
For-
Get this. For we what?
For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
Amen. According to verse 3, what rest are we talking about? Look at it again.
Enter,
For we which have,
believe, do enter.
watch this. It's not talking about Adam and Eve because they didn't have to believe to enter.
Believe in him.
He shows you in verse 3, as I have sworn in my rest, they shall not enter. And so he shows you in the verse, we're talking about
Him.
the Canaan rest. Somebody didn't get in because they
They believe.
Right.
was a result of a hard heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of us got in because
We believe.
we didn't have a hard heart. We could hear
Yeah.
God.
Saying, right.
Watch this. Watch this. What you missed is God had Canaan in mind before he created the world.
Yes, absolutely.
Foundation.
He has us in mind.
He had no one to shout.
He has us in mind. He has us in mind.
Mother Deborah, I knew I would create the Garden of Eden. I knew I would have it set up for man to enjoy paradise forever.
Right.
But I knew man would fail. I knew he would sin and miss it. I knew I would have to put him out. I knew the punishment was going to be you're going to have to work for it, and I mean you're going to have to work hard for it. But I also put a clause in there.
Thank you.
That if man ever figured out where he messed up at, I can go from hard work to no work.
Thank
You
you.
wrong. See how you gonna do that?
That's what God had in mind. Yeah, you're going to struggle for a while, but if you realize why you're struggling and come back and make it right with me, I'll take the struggle away.
Yeah,
Watch this, y'all, because when you get through with it, he says, when you get here, I already know.
yeah.
See, you work for houses.
Yeah.
You work for clothes.
Yeah.
You work for TVs. You work for cars. You work for stuff. But God says when you get to Canaan, guess what?
Yeah.
The stuff was already there.
Yeah.
I know you like to drink wine. He said it was groves that was already been firmed and plowed and planted and been washed over and been producing. He said all you got to do is come here and enjoy the wine.
Yeah.
I know you like, he said, man, I done already set the stuff up for you. Woo! Why do people couldn't enjoy it?
Unbelief.
See, we'll drive through a neighborhood where they got $500,000 and $600,000 and $700,000 houses, but that's all we'll do is drive through.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
We won't stop and look around and be checking out the neighborhood because we just can't,
Believe that we can stay.
that we would ever.
Live here.
Yeah, stay there.
And God said, because you can't believe, keep on driving. Y'all, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Now, the spies had it right. He said, it's giants in the land, and it was.
All right.
That meant that all the houses was oversized.
What's wrong?
Not that we couldn't have it.
Yeah.
You can walk it in.
He said, you don't enjoy it. Ain't no little couches in here.
Yeah.
Okay, you said it's good, and he got it.
Big couches. Yeah. Ain't no little love seat, because these are giants in the land. The love seat is the big seat.
Yeah.
So now if the love seat is the big seat, what is the big seat?
Oh, wait.
The biggest
They brought grapes back, y'all. How many men did it take to bring one cluster of grapes?
two guys.
Now, if the grapes is that big, what is the watermelon?
Wow.
Do you know how long a family could eat off a cluster of grapes?
Dude, you ain't got to
Oh my God, you missing all of this.
Yeah, the abundance.
While they was tripping off of God making sure their needs were met daily, he said if you can just make it through the process of daily,
Right now.
Canaan is the land of
Right
abundance.
Yeah.
Lord, my God.
Mother Rabbit ain't about what you can eat. Do you know if we're going to eat off a cluster of grapes for the whole summer,
Wow.
what about the rest of this
Yeah.
this vineyard? Ooh-wee. See, I can't eat all, and if I mash all these grapes, I'll have enough wine for 500 years. But like what you can't eat,
Somebody else can. That's the
not for free,
Mm.
you got all.
Yeah.
And when you get through selling, you don't even have enough time for the resources.
What was I saying?
And what you, when you said what you said, what you finna pay?
Mm.
Ooh-wee.
Because the house had already been built, and
Yeah.
Furnish.
what is you paying on?
Nothing.
Now, you see God, we got to pray. Don't take too long. Now see, who ain't ready to take this deal? This is a 2017 500 Mercedes. It's paid for and everything. I just need you to change the oil and keep gas in it.
What you waiting on? Bring it on.
Yeah, what the key said? Which one?
What you waiting on? I should've
It's
been
paid for. All I need to do is
Drive?
change the oil and put gas in it. Guess what?
I can do it.
I'm in. I can do that. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Hey man, $300,000 house, all the bills is paid, all the taxes paid. I just need you to move in and keep it clean and maintain it.
Saying, go ahead on. Does not take.
The U-Haul truck should be burning up right now. You trying to, hey, I'm already there, man. Who wouldn't take that deal?
Yeah.
That's what Canaan was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
God says a land where you enter into my rest. Watch this. If you enter Canaan and all you see is the houses and the stuff, you missed God.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you what we missed God and we're gonna pray. This church folk, we crazy. Don't act like you never heard this in church. I'd rather be a doorkeeper. Now David says it. And you crazy for quoting it. Who's interested in just making heaven to stand out by the door as an usher?
Conspiracy.
Nah.
Conspiracy.
Nah.
That's what doorkeeper is an usher.
Right.
You crazy. Because see, why would you have something on your mind that ain't what God had on his mind?
Right.
He wanted you to experience.
In into his gates and into his,
Courts with praise.
and we stayed right there in the yard.
Yeah.
And how many know if you went to see a rich man, he ain't even in the yard? He looking at the one time out,
What's still out there?
what's wrong with them? When you enter into the foyer, he ain't there. And when he come down and says, what, hey, what you standing there?
Come on.
Watch this, in your mind, oh no,
I'm
I'm already in. This is,
It's heavy. It's good enough for me.
so, the food that I done prepared that's at the table, you don't, standing here in the foyer is, I got imported wine, poured in glasses that's chilled
Wait.
at the sitting table, but you standing here hungry talking about, you looking but you ain't listening.
All right.
That's exactly how we do God.
Yeah.
We didn't have raggedy cars all our life. God give us a new car. God, if you don't do nothing else for me. What? That's it. From faith.
Faith.
Mike, don't get it twisted. It might have looked like Jesus didn't have nothing in the earth. I said, but it just looked like that.
That's right.
And he wasn't broke in the earth.
No, sir.
God. Yeah. Miss Peter came up to him, jammed up one day. Come right. Hey! Our taxes, we in trouble. Jesus said, we ain't in trouble. Watch this. You gonna listen. You gonna listen. He said, hold on. Well, hold on. He said, hold on. Let me take something that you good at. Ooh, see, you see.
Come on now.
Oh, you know. I don't never want you to do something that you ain't familiar with. Oh, wait. Let me take something that you good at. He said, you can fish, can't you?
Yeah.
He said, now you know how to fish. He said, go and take your pole down to the bank.
Yeah.
My Lord.
He said, this ain't gonna be an all-day adventure.
Right.
He said, throw a hook in there. He said, and the first fish you catch,
Right.
because y'all know how to catch fish.
Right.
He said, look in his mouth. Now, outside of pulling the hook, fishermen don't look in the fish mouth.
No.
Because they ain't.
Ain't nothing in there.
But this day, Jesus said, look in his mouth. Now, what are the odds of a fish biting money and then not kill him or choke him, and he still have room to bite a hook?
He just hold. He just hold.
You got a mouth full of money.
I can't get a hook of this one. Hey, bite this money, but now don't get choked, and I need you to push it over to the side, because I need you to bite this hook when it comes. Now he done bit the money, holding the money to there, and then bit this hook, and then held on, and when Peter catch the fish, he look in his mouth. No, look in his mouth, watch this. It's enough money in here to pay his taxes and Jesus too.
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you, Jesus wasn't broke, man. Yeah, see, watch this. Now, why you don't read no more verses about taxes? Why you don't read no more verses about taxes? Because Peter learned something that day.
Yeah.
You know what?
I ain't gonna never have that problem. I ain't gonna have that problem.
Why was I worried? Y'all watch this. Christ is greater. Father, we thank you and we praise you so much
Thank you, Jesus.
that a rest is still available to the people of God. Father, help us to realize it's your rest. And I can't celebrate entering the rest without celebrating the one who created the rest. It's all for your glory, your honor, and your praise. In Jesus' name. Amen. And there's two more rests in that chapter. Because you ain't got enough rest yet.